and welcome everybody to the Capgemini Intelligent Industry Stage. We are here to close out day 2 of Hannover Messe 25. And you know, they took my headset away, but this next panel was too exciting, so I had to grab the mic one last time to introduce this group coming up. So this panel is actually going to address the convergence of digital continuity and augmented intelligence and how it facilitates a more connected and efficient organization. So without further ado, let me introduce the next 3 folks. Jacques Bacry from Capgemini, Monique Danielou from Forvia, and Jean-Pierre Roux from Dessin. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Monique, to be there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jean-Pierre.
Thank you very much.
So happy to be with you today. Could you explain what you are doing in your company, where you come from? Monique?
So nice to meet you. I'm very happy to be here with you today. So I am Monique Danielou. I am in charge of the R&D transformation in Forvia. So maybe Forvia is not a very well-known company yet. So you know, okay, good. So Forvia is Faurecia plus Ella. We are 3 years old, but Faurecia and Ella have a very long history in the automotive. In fact, we are part of the top 10 supplier in automotive. And tonight, if you take a car or a taxi, whatever, as soon as it's a vehicle, a car vehicle, the opportunities that you are in the car with the Forvia inside is very high. We produce a lot of parts, interior, instrument panel, seat, exhaust system, lighting system inside and outside, as well as software and electronic solution.
Thank you, Monique. And Jean-Pierre, on your side, what you are doing?
Thank you. So I'm presenting Dessin Technology, so obviously a less known name than Forvia or Faurecia or Ella in the end. So Dessin Technology is a French startup company. We're working in the space of engineering. So what basically we do is we develop the software platform that builds AI apps or agents to augment the engineering processes. So we work with various industrial companies from different sectors, automotive, obviously, naval, aerospace, and industry as well. So thank you very much for hosting this panel today.
Jean-Pierre. So Monique, we know all that the automotive industry is under pressure. What are the main consequences for you in terms of innovation, R&D, and technologies?
Okay. Yes, we have some pressure. I prefer to talk about challenge. And just before we have a presentation of the car, so I will reuse some topic already presented on the previous one. So maybe the first challenge is economical pressure. And we talk about affordable. We need to be able to propose affordable product. So we have an increase of the cost of the car around the year. We cannot continue this one. The market cannot absorb this increase. So it's very important for us that our product and our process are affordable. And from the R&D point of view, on top to propose some products who are affordable, we need to be able to reduce the cost on the D&D. So the cost to develop a car need to be reduced. So this is maybe the first challenge. The second challenge is regarding the technology in the big world. So we know that in automotive we have all the automatic driving impact, the electrification, but as well maybe something which is less common, but the software embedded vehicle, which is changing the ways that we develop a car with much more MBSE, system engineering. And of course, in terms of technology, we need to offer some sustainable product. And here again is in Forvia, we consider that we need to use better. So use better means use the right material, green material coming from recycle or green. Use less, reduce the weight. So a big relation to the previous topic with the pop car. And use longer. So use longer means we can reuse the material, reuse the function, repair the function, or upgrade the function during the life of the car. And we have other challenge, which is the time. The time to develop a car is reduced a lot. We used to produce a car, to develop a car in 2, 3, 4 years for some OEM. Now we have some of our OEM who want to be in 1 year, and this is happening. We have produced in 1 year. And to do it, we have to what we call shift left in terms of engineering. So to be able to do much more digital, virtual twin, and to be able to validate in the beginning of the phase to reduce the time and to go faster to the market.
Okay, so we have the challenge, but hopefully Jean-Pierre has some solution. So, as a solution provider,
Well,
what you see in this context, the trends, and can you describe a little bit a specific case?
yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I will tell mostly the same things. We hear that from industrial companies, would it be OEMs or Tier 1 suppliers? Basically, yeah, enormous pressure on time to market. We all know like Chinese car maker make a car in 2 years. We used to do it in Europe and in the US more in 4 years. There's a big demand, and we are part of it to reduce that timing. It means that the company are really looking to revamp their processes and challenge the existing with new approaches. So that's the first trend, or I should say challenge. The second challenge I exactly agree with, which is the costs. And from our end, we see that there is a demand to track the costs from early stages better when you start, at the upfront phases, start to track the cost of your product. Also, it includes the third trend, which is agility. We said that as well. I think we are moving more into having incremental innovation. That's what the company wants to do now. And so they need to adapt their processes such as they can increase and adopt with more agility this innovation. And last but not least, we'll come there, I guess, later in the discussion, is the big trend is AI, of course, which is requested.
So we'll come back on that, it's a key point. Coming back to the digital continuity, at Capgemini, we see a lot of companies trying to optimize the process in terms of continuity, the traceability, breaking the silos, but let's say everyone are saying the same.
Yes.
What are you doing specifically at Forvia?
But all this has a common topic, which is the data.
Yeah.
So in fact, it's how we connect the data. So in Forvia, we are working on three aspects on this topic. First, the data must be of the quality. So the quality of the data. On this, all of us working in a company, we are creating data daily. So we need to secure about the quality. And for this one, we have a chief data officer to deploy the data culture within all the organization, because the data that engineering will create will be used by purchasing or by manufacturing or by the plant later on. So the data is to give something to the out of the silo of our organization. So we have a chief data officer working on the governance, on the ontology. After, when we have created the data, this data must be accessible. And we are doing a very concrete action, which is to do the inventory of all our applications, where they are, where we store the data, how we can access to the data. And after, we need this famous continuity, so from the beginning to the end. So we are working to modernize our, rather to set PLM, our ecosystem of the PLM, to secure that we have a connection from the early CAD information, or even from innovation to the operation, to be able to connect the data along the process, and to allow all the other departments to be connected with this, I would say, backbone of the data.
Okay. So we are at this stage. We are, let's say, listening a lot of things about AI. What do you see in terms of solution AI to improve digital continuity or process that we want to put in place? Could you describe quick wins? Because AI is a big thing, and very often we see a long-term achievement. Could you elaborate a little bit on the quick wins and the more strategic trends?
Yeah, sure. Well, that's true. That, of course, big hype on AI, written almost everywhere here. I'm looking right now. All the LLMs of the world, the Mistral guys, the OpenAI guys, of course, in the engineering domain, R&D can obviously provide lots of value. Lots of companies we've seen have started to implement those in how they can make all the database of documents speak to the LLMs, so that's huge. What we provide on our side at Decia is to apply AI on other objects that are being used in engineering. So we can apply AI on the 3D CADs. Of course, geometry, 3D geometry is part of of how we design product today. We can apply AI on 2D blueprints. Yes, there are a lot of 2D blueprints which are being done nowadays still. We can apply AI on system engineering and so on. So as for applications, those are almost quick wins because all what is being done on those techniques is more using the knowledge, the structured knowledge, meaning the rules, not the data. And from there, generate design, generate concept, generate architectures. Or the opposite, we can check an existing assembly of 3D or check the validity of blueprints. And those are, I should say, immediate, rather quickly low-hanging fruits where you can, I think, make big achievements. We're not looking at 10% reduction or whatever productivity or robustness improvement, much more than that. Of course, in a midterm future, we're already working on the so-called LM 3D, where we want to develop things with LLMs, but more in generating 3D shapes. That's another topic for maybe next year.
Okay, so we are starting to do some project together, and what I like in your approach is the fact that before to generate AI on something like that, you are you have a process to analyze the data and
yes.
to clean the data, if I could say that. Are you expecting the same kind of usage of AI in terms of you mentioned data, which is very important in your process. Do you have the same expectations?
Well, no, we have exactly the same expectation. You talk about 10% reduction is more or less the vision we have, 10 to 15% efficiency. We want, in the same time, to have a better robustness of our product. I shared before that we need to reduce the weight of the core. It's clear that with optimization, with generative design, with the predictivity, with all these tools that we can improve thanks to the AI, we consider that we should be able to reduce this consumption of the weight or create a new material. So we have exactly the same thing. Of course, with the data, the target is to have the AI able to eat the data directly. So is how we integrate the AI in our application to be ready to move from a POC point of view, because the AI, Gen AI work at the level of the POC. We know this, all of us, we don't need to prove that the AI, Gen AI is the technology it works. But the challenge is to be able to work directly with our data and at the scale and directly in the application for the people. On something other very important is that we don't want to create a fight between the AI and the people. Yeah. Because this is, again, sometimes we have a resistance to the application of AI, the way that we create the culture of this AI.
To change what they are doing every
yes,
day.
And we need really to put back the human in the centric of AI. We strongly believe that the technology is working. It's more how us in our organization, in our industry, will be able to augment our job daily on using the AI as a normal tool and not an opposition to the people.
So it's very interesting conversation. Just to finish the conversation, Monique, what you are expecting from a partners like us?
Like Capgemini?
Yeah.
But when we are in this environment that we have a lot of proposition, and for us as an industry here we see a lot of technology, a lot of product. Sometimes it's difficult to do the sorting of this different technology. We need really sometimes to have the perspective to understand the technology, maybe to understand one step ahead, because you have the better vision than us. You are able to anticipate the trend. Us, we are able to have a lot of people coming to us to propose their service. So we need really to be able to digest, and we wait for you for the digestion.
I have to take note.
To digest for us the different trends, to help us to identify what is important, how to really build the foundation, the architecture, the infrastructure, after to use the different technology available, and maybe to integrate all the perspective, because today we talk a lot about the industry and the technology here in this type of fair, but we know that we need to put the people inside, the geopolitics. So we have a lot of different perspectives, not only the technology, that we need to bring together. And for us, as an industry, sometimes it's difficult to have to not be overloaded by this information and to find a way to build a strategy.
So taking advantage of what we are doing in a different way, different industry, to share with you and
Yes, and you have experience with maybe other customers, so you know already what is working, what is not working. Maybe what is working for an industry is not working for another one, so you can guide us to avoid to fail when it's obvious that we'll fail and take advantage of the lesson learned.
Will not fail. Jean-Pierre, same question for you.
Yep.
What you are expecting from a partner like us?
Yeah. Maybe first I can just say that our tagline is augmented intelligence for engineering. So we really put the human being in the middle of what we're doing. Now to your question is, what we've seen with the first step we did 4 or 5 years ago with Renault. Renault was one of our first clients to value what we were doing. And all the robustness or productivity that we can get with our AI is lost if there is no digital continuity. It means that we need to have the data from, for example, the PLM to be pushed to our technology automatically, and what we generate, would it be design or would it be a report, has to be pushed back to the PLM or other tools. Because if you don't do that, again, you lose all you got from applying the AI. So obviously, you have the competencies in that domain we don't have to make such that you have a smooth flow of data between the different tools, which are already legacy tools in industrial companies. That's one thing, and the other thing is digital transformation with AI. This is, in the world we are in, it's not just about tools, it's also about, you mentioned that, Monique, it's about people, it's about change management, and an overall project has to be dealt that way, and we must admit that we don't have maybe the competence and the approach to prepare such a rollout, big rollout at industrial companies, and so we value the partnership, and I'm sure that Decia plus Capgemini, we can really add lots of value to those clients who want to lead the pack, because it's all about that. Some will lead, the other one will follow.
Will do. So thank you, Jean-Pierre.
Thank you very much.
Any question in the? No? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you again, Monique.